Hello, learners. Welcome to Kalam Learning Lab. Today, I want to talk about three important aspects when it comes to learning, and I think that many of us have not, understood well, or even the content creators or consumers have not understand or this pattern how it exactly flows everywhere. So the first parameter is content creation, and second is content consumption and content conversion. What that basically mean, and if you understand these three parameters, I think every most of us, our problems and with respect to learning and execution will solve for sure. What is content curation or content creation? Now I'm recording this video and I upload it. Now if I uploaded it on social media platforms and YouTube and all other platforms, that's where content got created. Now if I record it and put it in a podcast, that is called audio content. Now if I write an article, it is blog content, so it's a textual content. Now if I create an image and put it on Google Images, that's called image content. So every time anybody, a lot of this content have been posted on various platforms. So that is called content creation. Even the Zoom video is also video content creation. Even textbook is a content creation. Even somebody is teaching you and he refers some book to read and explains you the concept. It's also again a content creation. So every time we are somebody is creating content every time. So that's one part is called content creation. And next, the second important is content consumption. I consume a lot of content. For example, now you're watching this video, you're consuming my content is called content consumption. You read a book, you consume some content. You are listening to a podcast, you're consuming some content. You're watching some, you saw an image, you're consuming some content. So there is a content creator and content consumer. And the last point, which is very important, is content conversion. What do I mean by that? Now you want to learn digital marketing, you started watching some videos on YouTube and you started watching some, reading some blogs, started hearing to some podcast, and we're doing a lot of things. That is called content consumption. But what is very important is, with that, what you have done is content conversion. Now you know digital marketing, but what you have done with digital marketing is content conversion. You know graphic designing, but what you have done with graphic design is called content conversion. You know how to develop applications and website, but what you have done with that website, what you have done with that skill is called content conversion. How to write content, but how many content that you have written and you have made something out of it is called content conversion. Somewhere we are not, even our education ecosystem, even the content creators or mentors and trainers and coach, they are talking about creating this content. They are talking about how it should be. They're talking about how you have to design, how you have to train, how you have to learn. Everything is fine, but what exactly have to be done with respect to that content? What I have to do with that content? How should I use it for my better? What I mean by that is the impact of it. Idea is there, you got influenced, you are reading something, you're watching something, the consumption is happening, but what is the outcome of it? How do you measuring your what you have learned? So that is where the key point is execution. We always evaluate the exam, but not that is the key point. But what we have to be evaluating is, we have to start evaluating what was the impact. More than, we have to validate there. We have to start evaluating the executed part. That gives more, sense of understanding how this content creation and content consumption and content conversion can be imbibed in a frame and can be given it to a student, so that he can understand what he have to do after the completion of that particular skill, or how he can use that skill in the market and do something about it. So the point here is, more than learning, we have to start executing. That's where the experience with that subject, with that skill increases, and that's where we all start falling in a bucket of wisdom rather than just knowing the subject. That's why it is very important. Is these days the companies or any projects or person, if you want to get a job done, more than what you know, more than knowing something, more than knowing something, it's very important to doing something. I mean, people don't hire you just because if you tell that I know the subject. They hire if I can tell or prove that I have done something with this. So the clear point is, just should not believe on consuming a lot of content. It's very important that how that content is converted in some source or some, I know that converted, that have to be get converted into action, which gives you some result, and there the validation point comes, and that's where you will you will start understanding, acha, this worked for you or this didn't work for you. So that's the whole idea that I wanted to tell in this video. Just be aware about this consumption and conversion, and more than learning, execution is what important, and that's where you stand out of the crowd and do something. Even that holds good with everybody, even including me. And I just felt that these three, putting in a right frame can help us and to share each other's thought process. And if you feel something, if you want to share something, please comment below and talk about this. Thank you. Let's teach to learn.